Hello Crazy Crafters and welcome to Technique of the Week with Krazy Kreations.
It is another Wednesday and what a great technique we have. I could hardly wait.
So if you're new and you've never watched a Technique of the Week video with Krazy Kreations before, this is where we show you how to use products in new ways and get our creativity and our creative juices flowing by using outline stickers, glitter paper, and all of our Krazy Kreations products in different, unique ways.
Yeah, so it is about Krazy Kreation products, just so you know, but we do like to kind of do many different things with our products. We're not just about one thing. We do lots of things, but we are best known for card making.
Yes, that's true.
So, my name is Kara.
And my name is Jackie.
And we are a mother-daughter team here at Krazy Kreations, where we are the crazy ladies thinking up crazy ways to use our crazy products.
And we also have a crazy crew.
We do. So, where should we start today?
Well, I want to start out by letting you know that we have a really fun announcement at the end of the video. And so we want you to stick around to see that. And then I think we should go ahead and get started by showing you the finished project. And then we'll dive into how to create the project.
That sounds spectacular. So let's get started.
All right. Okay, so here's our project.
So we're kind of going off what we started last week, which was making a shaker card, right?
Right.
And so this also is another fun way to make a shaker card. And so I love it because this is a little bit different. So there are beads and sequins. It's hard to see maybe on the video, but they are in there. And it's just such a gorgeous way to make a shaker card. And it has a little bit different of a technique. Also notice that we have included these wonderful new wood leaves that we now have available. And I just think they're so cute.
So let's take kind of a close-up look at all those fun colors in here. This reminds me of a sunflower. Really, really pretty. We've got reds, oranges, greens. And this is, did you mention this is a wood tag?
I did not.
Okay, this is one of our wood tags.
Which I am missing here as our part of our demo.
Oh.
But that's okay.
Okay, we're going to keep going though. And then we have some new products on here as well. So I think this is really cute. This is a slimline card. So what's the size of a slimline card?
So it is 3.5 by 8.5, and I just love that. And look at all these wonderful outline stickers here. I mean, we have the sentiment, we have a border, we have our grass, we even have our color glitter. So this card has a little bit of everything. I just think it's so cute. But the main technique is going to be how to make this shaker with our wood tag. So I am going to run and get that, but I'm going to get you started on how we need to color this.
Okay.
Are you ready?
No.
Okay.
All right, now I'm ready.
All right. That's good. So I'm going to kind of put a white piece of paper here. I don't know if this will help, but I think it will when we're coloring. This is our round circle acetate, and it's actually going to go on the back of our wood element. Now the thing about this acetate is that one side has a protective layer and one side does not. So it's kind of hard to know which side is what. So this acetate has been cut down into the circle size of this using the chip that comes in your pack as kind of a guide, okay? And then what you have to do is you have to kind of poke each side here and try to figure out which side is the side that has that little protective layer. And I can see it's right here. Do you see?
You kind of just make a little scratch and you can tell by the texture on the acetate if you have the right side.
Yeah, so I kind of use my really pointy tweezers and go to the very edge because you're not going to see that. But as you see, I am now lifting off that protective layer. Okay, now another thing that I do like to do is kind of give it a rub with a microfiber cloth because this will eliminate static. And I like to do both sides. Whew.
Preferably a clean cloth.
Yeah, my cloth is a little dirty, I guess. Well, sorry. Okay, there. Now it's clean. How do you like that?
Never happened.
So now the first thing is we have this wonderful mandala flower outline sticker. And the first thing that you want to do is actually you're going to put this on top of the acetate, okay?
So we're just peeling the sticker, the outline of the flower. And so placement is really important on the acetate because you're not going to be able to peel it up if you don't like where you put it.
Right, so in this card you could see we kind of put it smack in the middle, but there's nothing wrong because you don't really get to see the beautiful paper behind there, but if you wanted you could have it peek, you know what I mean, on the side. But we'll just kind of do what we did in our card. Maybe peek a little bit. What do you think?
So we did a little bit off center.
And as you can see, this is going to hang off, so you're going to want to trim.
Trim your sticker.
Trim the sticker. Yes, that's right.
So if it was like a piece of paper we were doing this on, we could fold the little edges over, but since this is acetate, it's see-through, so we're gonna cut instead of fold.
Right, and now you can kind of see where it's a little off-centered. Isn't that cool?
Yes.
Now, the technique today, this week, is to color on the acetate. So that's how we're getting the color. So I think that's really fun. So we're gonna use some alcohol ink markers. What colors do you have there?
I have some, oh, I'm missing a color. I have yellow, orange, red, and then I have a green and a brown. So these are kind of fall colors, but they're still summery in a way.
I think so. I think they're beautiful.
And one thing I want to make sure we do is, even though this is on acetate, we want to make sure to burnish the sticker. Always burnish.
Yes. Now, when you color on acetate, there are a few tricks, right?
Like what?
Like, if you just try to color, it'll be streaky. So because we have this beautiful outline, it's like an embossed image, and you're not going to see a lot of the streaks because the sticker is kind of helping you just in these little spaces. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And also doing dots helps a lot too. So that's another thing. So shall we blow this up as you start coloring?
Now I do have one question. Since it can be streaky, do you recommend the brush tip or the fine nib of the pen when we color?
Oh.
So we've got a dual-ended pen here.
I use both, but primarily the brush.
Okay, so I'll open up the brush. Now we're going to try this dot method where it's like little taps. And maybe we'll compare and contrast to coloring a streak.
Yes, the other thing is that I'd like to point out is because you're using acetate, you do want to tend to go with the darker palettes rather than the light colors, because the darker ones are what shows up really nice.
So I did the dot method, the dot method on the left, and you can see it added a layer of color there. And on here I was able to do the line. Now I think the streaks are very apparent when you have a large area. So you might be able to get away with it on here, but I prefer the dot method.
Well, there you go. So while you're coloring away and giving that particular tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and go grab one of our wood shakers.
Okay, I think this is red. We put the wrong cap on the marker.
Yes, that was my good friend Audrey who did that. All right.
So I'm just doing the dot method. Now you can go back and forth with colors. If I want to kind of blend a little bit of orange, you can overlap the orange with the red, and you just get a nice painted look.
So I think you should let everyone know what colors you're using.
Okay, so the colors that I'm using today are the Y10. Maybe I'll take the caps off for you and I'll put them on the top here. Y10, YR18. I'm using a red R17. Maybe you can't see that. Let's see. There we go. So those are the colors for the petals. And then for the inside of the flower, I'm going to be using a dark green and then E28. So let's just keep coloring along here and fill in some more of these petals. And I just think it's fun. This is a very abstract and kind of artistic way to color. It's not going to be perfect or exactly smooth. It's a different look for sure. But it's also really fun just to try new things. That's what Technique of the Week is all about after all. And then I'll also lift this up so you can see it a little bit better. And I think I want to add some more orange in here. I really like that orange color. And then I will lift this up. There is a slight glare because it is shiny in here. So look how beautiful that is. and you can see through it. That's the fun thing about acetate, is you can see through it. So we're just altering the color. And this almost, to me, kind of looks like that alcohol ink blending kind of look.
So have you gotten very far, Jackie?
No, not really.
Ooh, just having fun coloring.
Yes, that's what it's all about.
Right. Let's see. Very pretty. So you're going to have to do some speed coloring here.
All right, I'm known for my speed coloring, so I'm going to do that.
That's really pretty. Now we have a white paper underneath just so you can really see the color.
Now the other thing about the acetate is that your ink does not dry right away like on the paper. So you have a little bit more time because it's not going to soak through the plastic. Do you agree?
I do. Good point. That's so pretty. Now this sticker I believe you cannot find on the web yet.
Correct. It is not online yet.
It is a very current, I think it was it a club sticker? I can't remember. But anyway, so it's one of those exclusive ones to this technique.
You'll also notice I'm not really going with a light source on here just because it's more of a painted look. And I thought it was just fun to add random bursts of color.
So you could pretty much do any colors you want.
Any colors you want.
But again, sticking to a darker palette, I think that really makes it better on the acetate. Because if you try to use a light color, you won't see it as much.
And I just like going over the dark areas with the lighter color, and that's orange in this case, and that kind of blends them and marries them together. Okay, I'm only halfway done.
I see that.
I'm trying to go as quickly as I can. Maybe I'll try like a red, orange to yellow combo on the next 3.
That'll be fun.
So there's my red.
So you mean like a gradient? I'm going to move this up a little. There we go.
Yes. And after I'm done, I will hold it up again so you can see it a little better. There's the orange. And then the yellow. I see a comment saying that it looks like stained glass.
It does look like stained glass, very much so. I just think this flower is just so perfect for this technique, don't you?
I love it. So right now the only way you can get this flower is if you buy something with the flower sticker in it.
Right.
Not available for sale individually yet.
That's really pretty. I kind of like how you did 2 different ways here. Makes it more interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying a little bit of everything. Then I'm just going to finish this one petal.
And then maybe do the middle, just yellow.
Or it's actually supposed to be green and brown.
Ooh, green and brown. Like it.
So lots of dotting. You can see this is actually a very dark green, but on the acetate, it looks so much lighter.
It really does. We'll put some. Oh, well, that's because that's YG21. You're supposed to be using 29. There it is.
Oh, okay. These were the colors I was given.
I know. That was in my pile.
All right. That's darker.
Yep. Is that better?
Yes.
So you could kind of see what happens when you have a light color, right?
Yeah, you'll definitely want to gravitate towards the darker colors with this technique. So this is E28. And I'm just adding it in here to mix it up a little bit.
Now, how long does it take to dry on the acetate?
5 seconds.
Yeah, not too long at all. So it's a permanent. Alcohol ink markers are permanent markers, so they pretty much go on anything. Of course, I wouldn't want to touch it the minute I color it, but give it a few, seconds, maybe blow on it for good luck, right?
Yeah, you can wave it around in the air, try to get it to dry.
Exactly.
All right, let's hold that up.
Okay, do you have the tweezers or do I?
You do.
Well, you are right, I do. So let's just hold it up. There we go.
Beautiful.
Look how pretty that is. So you can see when it's not against this white paper, how it really, is more transparent, right?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, so let's continue along making our shaker. What do you say?
All right, let's do it.
All right, so what's going to happen now is this needs to go on the wood. So what we're going to do is this is our small circle wood shape, and all of our wood shapes come with the actual wood element and the matching back of the chipboard. So this is a 3-inch circle. The inside is more like 2 3/4 or something like that. So we're going to turn this over, and I'm just going to use regular little Tombow mono adhesive dot roller. Yes, and this is how I'm going to adhere my acetate. So you can tell it's all sticky, right?
Now you want to make sure you're putting the right side down.
Correct. And you can put it any way you want because there's no right or wrong, correct?
Correct. And by the way, we do sell 2 different sizes of these wood circle frames on the website. We have a small and a large, and I believe this is the small that we're using.
Yes, it is. Look how pretty that is. Not
gorgeous.
Pretty? Okay, so now that I have that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate the chipboard because eventually this is going to go on there, and that's where all our beads are going to be. So what we want to do now is we have this beautiful paper, which, you know, you'll be able to see a little bit more if it's on the side, but you could do that side, you could do the newsprint side. Look, it has a little couch on it. How funny, right? So we'll go ahead and adhere this. I'm going to go with the pretty yellow side. What do you think?
I think that's a good choice.
And I'm just going to put this now in the middle of my circle. So again, this chipboard can be a great little template of what size circle, and you just want to make it a tiny bit smaller because when the wood goes over it, you're not going to see that. Do you see?
Right. Now I do see a problem before we put the beads in is if you turn that sideways, there's no room for beads to go in there.
What do you mean?
So if we can't make this a shaker yet, there's one more step we need to do.
I know. I'm aware of that.
I know. I just want to demonstrate that it's very flat right now.
Okay. So you weren't telling me necessarily.
No.
Good, because I know how to make a shaker.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so then the next thing that you want to do is kind of get your sequins or beads in there. So I'm just going to pour a little bit.
Oh, before we do that, there's a question. What side did we put down when we put the acetate on? So what we did is we flipped this over so that the sticker is actually on this side. This is the side that we colored, and we made sure that the right side was actually going to be on this side. So when we glued it, it was upside down.
Correct.
Hopefully that answers your question.
Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of sequins, and I just want a tiny speck of these darker green just to add a little bit.
Ooh, so we've got some oranges, some greens.
And I have 2 kinds of greens. Aren't they pretty?
Yeah, so we've got like a olive green and then a Kelly green.
You think that it would come out of my little, there we go. That's pretty, isn't it? And then we can't forget our little beads.
Yeah, so these are our shaker beads. And they're kind of, what do you call it, translucent? They
Yes.
kind of have a little bit of a shine to them.
And I love these little containers that they come in. They're, you know, they just twist. So there's a lot of beads in here, you know. So you can put as many as you want. Maybe you want a little. Maybe you want to go excessive. Who cares, right?
Iridescent is what I was looking
Yes.
for.
All right. So like Jackie tried to say, if I just put this on top, it's not going to work, right?
Right.
So I'm going to move that aside. And I'm going to have to put something here to give it a lift. So what would that be?
Foam strips.
Yes, so we have these strips here, which are called foam strips. And they're an 1/8 inch thick, but it's enough to really give it that lift. And I love that because that way it contains the beads in there, but it gives it that extra little depth. But there's one thing that you really have to be aware to do when you're using these foam strips is take a Q-tip, or I just take my little eraser and I'm putting it down the side a little bit. And I'm doing that to kind of get rid of any adhesive that's on the side because I don't want my sequins to stick to the side of it. Does that make
Right.
sense?
So this is an important step when making a shaker. You can also use these foam strips to add dimension to any of your crafting projects.
Now here you're going to see where the wood is, and that's where you're going to put this foam strip so that you won't see it because the wood will be there and you can't see through the wood. And you want to make sure that you have that side that you just kind of took some of the sticky off of. Now what I love about these strips is, I'm going to take off the protective part, is they're very, very easy to manipulate. Do you know what I mean?
Meaning you can curve them or go in any shape that you need to.
Yeah.
So you can shape them.
Yep. I love that. Okay, so there's that part of the foam strip. So I'm going to come, get another one. Again, I'm going to take something, and a white eraser works, a Q-tip, something to just get some of the goo off the side. These are double-sided sticky, by the way, right?
Yes, that's why they're sticking to that acetate really well.
And you want to make sure that if you stop here, you know, you put a good end there so that nothing will go through it.
Oh, right. So if you connect two strips, make sure there's no space between them.
Otherwise, a bead might slip through or something.
Now, speaking of sequins and beads, these are not available for individual sale on the website, so we don't have sequins and beads, but we do have them in kits. Any shaker kit that we have will come with the beads and the sequins.
Yes, we bought a whole bunch one time and now we're nearing the end, right? We used to sell them.
So we're going to find some more shaker little bits, and we'll let you know when those are back.
Now notice I still have an opening here. It's very important that you close that opening, because if you don't, your beads might go through. So I'm going to go ahead. Where's my little scissors? I'm missing everything today. Do you ever have a day like that?
That would be a fun little prank, though, if you gave this card and then you said, "Shake me," and then all the sequins came out.
I wouldn't like that, so don't prank me, Jackie. Okay. All right. Okay. What do you think about that? I mean, now we've gone all the way around, right?
All right. Yes, so this is functional. It's not meant to look exactly the best.
No, because you're not going to see it as long as it's in that wood. And you could kind of shape it a little bit in there. But now we're going to bring back our beads. And remember, I already did the micro fine cloth. And it's now time to kind of match this up. And we're going to put that on.
And you have to commit to the stick. And you have to
That's right.
press it down.
Press, 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 and look at that. We now have a shaker.
And so now if you turn it sideways, you can see those foam strips are there. You can even color those if you want to.
Yes, you can. Like sometimes I color them black or brown, you know. But isn't that cool? So it's all the way around. And I just think that is the coolest thing ever. What do you think?
I do. So this could be a tag, or you can make it into a card like we did.
Yeah, so this card, again, has some, I don't know if we could go out a little bit, but it has some fun elements to it. So it has the shaker, and it includes, this is actually going to be a kit. How's that?
Woohoo!
Shall we make this a kit?
It is a kit.
Okay, so in your kit, if you want to try this technique, we have a kit that will make 2 of these cards exactly. So we're going to give you all the pieces that we just showed here, but you have to have the alcohol ink markers. But we're going to give you foam strips and the pattern paper and the wood tag and all the little bits that go inside. And of course you're going to get the sticker. Now this sticker does have 3 flowers on it, just so you can see that. Here's the one we used, and then it has 2 more. It also has these cute little leaves here, but we're going to go ahead and include our wood leaves, which I just like. Don't you just love these?
So these are also new and not on the website right now.
No, these are brand spanking new. And by the way, you can alter your wood through acrylic paint, your alcohol ink marker, an ink pad, glitter, but I just really like sometimes the natural look. I think it's so pretty. And so anyway, in your kit, you're going to get enough to make 2 cards. So 2 of these things, 1 sticker sheet, so you'll have 1 extra. Here's where that stem is, so you're going to have the stem We're going to give you the wood. We're going to give you a little piece of green glitter to make green leaves here. We're going to give you some border stickers. And we're going to give you a sentiment sheet. But guess what? We're going to give you the whole sentiment so you can choose what sentiment you want to use on your
Awesome.
sheet.
And it looks like there's a whole bunch of different sentiments on that sheet.
Yes, it says happy birthday, thinking of you, with love, a special friend. So there's so many different ones. I love it.
Okay.
And then we also have a grass sticker, just so you know.
Oh, let's go up a little bit. So that's just a little add of grass, just a little touch of grass, an extra embellishment. You get the border sticker and the twine, all the papers, everything, cards, envelopes. It makes 2 cards.
And it's a slim line, so it goes into a number 10 envelope, which we're also providing. So a slim line, again, is 8.5 by 3.5, goes in the mail.
Woohoo! Okay, that's awesome. So this kit is $15.99.
Yes, so you're actually getting $4 or more off the regular retail of all the parts. So I think that's quite a savings.
It is, and the only reason we're doing that is because we're featuring it in our Technique of the Week. Now, one thing about our kits on Technique of the Week, they never last long.
Yes, and so we have a limited amount of these orange bead pods. So once that we're only making enough for this orange bead pod. Once these we put them on and they're gone. You can't buy this anymore.
Look how sparkly that is when you just kind of move it around. It's so beautiful.
I think it's really gorgeous. And you know, it's summertime, so it's a bright, fun, exciting card. And I'm sure anybody who got that will just love it. And you know what I was thinking? Somebody could take this off and then they could use it as an ornament or a decor. So you could kind of have a twofer. Say your present is on the card.
This could even be a magnet if you want to display it on the fridge. It could be a tag. And so, again, $15.99, crazycreations.us. It's called the Sunflower Shaker Technique Kit. And let us know if you're excited about this kit in the comments below. Now, before we go, I just want to remind all of you that we have 2 more slimline kits to show you.
Yes, we're into the slimline right now. Have you noticed that?
I know. Let us know if you love slimline cards, because we do.
All right, so this one is shipping this week. It's only been on for a couple days. I kind of got behind on this one. We are doing this with the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo, right?
Yes, so if you want to do this with us, please order your kit today.
So this will be live on Saturday, June 26th with the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo, and we'll have all the links posted on the instructions, or you can replay it on their channel, their YouTube channel or Facebook group.
Correct. All right, so this is available, USA Girl Craft Along Kit.
And that one makes 2 as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then this card also makes 2, and it is with the one-of-a-kind promoters. So this is July 11th. And this 10th, sorry, July 10th. And I love it because I love these silhouette fairies, don't you?
They're so cute. And this card makes 2 as well? Or this kit makes 2 as well?
It does, but this one has a special price tag because it's kind of a special anniversary for us with one of a kind. So we are offering this for $9.99 for 2 cards.
That is an awesome deal.
Yes, so lots of fun things going on.
Well, I thought that was just such a fun project to make. It's really blingy. It's doing those fun shaker cards. Now, last time we did a shaker technique, it sold out right away.
It did, and people are still asking us for it, but we can't make it because we have no more yellow beads. So I am telling you, now we're doing the orange beads, and once they are gone, they are gone. So order today. And by the way, all of the cards that we just showed you are offered on our website at crazycreations.us. And where would they find each one of these?
Okay, so the Sunflower Shaker is in the Technique of the Week category, and then the other 2 are in the Classes category under Craft Along Classes, because we're going to be making those cards together live.
So, the sense of urgency. You want that patriotic USA girl. You want to order that right away because we're shipping that this week. So you need to get that so that you can have it in your hands. Then the fairy one, you have a little bit of time. But you want to make sure you get it because you never know if we sell out. And then the one we did today, there's a limited amount of beads, so make sure you get your order in because last week's went within a day or two. So
yes, so don't miss out on this. All right, well, thank you so much for watching our video and doing Technique of the Week with us. Give us a big thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed our project. We'll see you really soon. My name is Jackie.
And I'm Kara, and happy crafting.